Hey guys, it's Tien, and in this video I'm going to show you how to turn your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto system into a wireless system that also runs full-on Android on the vehicle. So you can download apps, watch TikTok, Netflix, YouTube, all with this little box here from Auto ABC called the Magic AI Box. So stay tuned, let's check it out. So here we have the actual box. Now it says, I believe, Reeiio on the top, but it's by Auto ABC. And it says Magic AI Box, and we've got some specifications on the back over here as well on how much voltage it runs and what Bluetooth technology it has on here, all the boring stuff. So I mean, we want to get straight into the unboxing, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's open up the box and have a look in here what we have. So we've got the user manual straight away. Now that is something I would definitely say have a look at, so we'll put that to a side. Here we have the actual device itself, so we've also got branding on top of it and this carbon fiber gloss design as well, which looks really good. Really nice soft finish, glossy finish at the top, and then we've got like some sort of ventilation at the back with some feet. We've got a USB Type-C port, LED indicator, and on the round we've got here a micro SD card or TF card slot. So pretty cool, you can expand the storage on that. That means what else comes in the box? You've got a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable, and also a USB Type-C to Type-C cable, so you can use it on different cars that have different ports, which is great to know that it comes included with both of these cables.
Right, so first things first, we plug in the USB Type-C end. On this car over here is the USB Type-A port, so we plug it straight into USB Type-A, and you see there's an LED indicator there as well, so we have got a red light indicating it's powered on. Then all you got to do is go onto your phone, and you want to go onto your Bluetooth settings here. You want to connect to AutoBox BDC8 because that's the device. Once you've connected, it will then power up on the screen, and we'll show you that as soon as it's up. So there you go. If you look on the screen over here, we now have the Android logo, and as simple as that, we are now booted up into Android. Now, this device does need Wi-Fi to use apps like TikTok, YouTube, and Netflix. So all you got to do is go on settings, which will load up. You want to turn on your personal hotspot on your actual phone, so you turn on your Wi-Fi hotspot, and then all you got to do is go on Wi-Fi hotspot, and you can connect to your Wi-Fi. So I've currently connected to either my home Wi-Fi or my actual phone, so it will just connect like so. Then you can see you've got your typical Android icons here, your back, recent apps, and home. You've got the settings here where you can play around with the personalization, different apps, different themes, wallpapers, and with the actual device as well. If we go over here and see what Android system this is actually running, go on Auto Box, you can see over here, got the CarPlay version, and we are on Android 12 on this device. So it's not the latest Android, but it's good enough to actually download apps and be useful and usable. Now you do have the Play Store, but it doesn't actually come up on here. So you do need to go on settings, all apps, and it will load all your apps. The device can be a little bit slow. It's not the fastest and most reactive device. And if you open the Play Store, you can see you can then access the Google Play Store. And as you can see, it's quite slow on opening some apps, but once we get there, we do have the normal Google Play Store on here, so just bear that in mind. It isn't the quickest actual device. I believe on board we only have around 8 gigs of storage, so you can't actually download too many apps, but that's why it comes with the SD card slot. So let's try out YouTube, for example. We've got YouTube over here. We'll just put on any random video. Let's go ahead and see 4K video. Let's just put on a high quality video, see how long it takes to load it. It also depends on the Wi-Fi you're connected to as well. So I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi now, so it is working a little bit quicker with the home Wi-Fi, but the actual Wi-Fi module on the device isn't the best, so you don't actually get the quickest speeds. So even though the internet you're connected to is actually really good, the actual module on the device isn't the best. You can see here it's been loading for quite a while just to load this video. So as you can see here, the audio is coming out of the car, so I'm going to put the volume back down again because I don't want to get any copyright claims against me, so we'll just mute that. But you can see here you've got all your videos here, but as you can see again, like the app is a little bit laggy. We've got blank space there, we've got advert here. We can full screen it, which is a good thing, but can I close like this advert? Yes, I can. And if I'm like fast forwarding, I can do that. So you can see in some instances it's quite good. So if you're just going to watch movies, videos, and TV, it's it actually works. It's pretty decent. Quality wise, of course, that depends on the screen that's actually on your actual car. Now you do need to sign into everything, so when you first get the device, you need to update all your apps, otherwise it doesn't work. So YouTube, Netflix, none of that works until you update it. You can update it through here, or you can update it through the Play Store by going onto the settings and apps. But like stuff like TikTok and stuff weren't really working that well. It was trying to make me log in, but it wasn't really letting me log in, so I gave up on that one. And then we got Netflix as well. Not sure if Netflix is even going to work either, but you can see how laggy the actual device is. It doesn't have a really powerful processor, so if they just upgraded the processor on this and upgraded the memory and the Wi-Fi module, it probably would be a decent device. But it does work nonetheless. If you've got the patience for it, it's pretty good, especially where you're not actually allowed to have these in cars, especially in the UK. Not sure about other countries, but in the UK you're not really allowed to have these in cars. For the fact that it at least works, it's pretty decent. And you can even put your car in park, drive, and reverse and drive the car and watch something. I would not advise doing that. It's probably quite dangerous, but you can do it in this car. Just there you go, Netflix. So it is playing the video now, it is working, it's straight up loading it up. So if I stick the car into reverse, good thing is it will switch on straight to your reverse camera or sensors, whatever you've got on your car. And then if you go back into drive, it will go back to the actual Android device and you can continue watching. So while you're driving, yes, you can watch. Obviously the main feature of this as well is the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So I have got an iPhone connected to it right now, so if we go ahead and click on Auto and CarPlay, and then we can click on make sure your Bluetooth on your phone is actually connected to this as well, and then we can click on auto connection for wireless CarPlay. So click on that, head back, and it should start to load and look for your connection. So this will automatically connect always to Apple CarPlay. There you go. So now we've got Apple CarPlay. So if you don't want to use the Android screen, this will always automatically connect to your CarPlay, and the actual CarPlay is actually really smooth and quick. It's just like normal on your car. It works the exact same speed. Everything just works. You've got Waze, maps, everything you need. I'm sure I don't need to describe what CarPlay is like, but to go back to the Android display, you just go ahead and press MG again and you're back here. So I think the device, I mean, it does what it's meant to do out of the box. It is quite decent, it's quite small and compact. The temperature does get warm. It's not like hot where it's burning you, but it is a little bit warm. So I'd be cautious on using it for a very, very long period of time. But it definitely does what it's meant to do out of the box. It is a little bit slow, a little bit laggy. The Wi-Fi is not as quickest, but you can get endless amount of apps. Of course, it's got Android on here, so you can download from the Play Store, and you can also download from Google Chrome and internet on here, APK files, download whatever app you want. So that's probably one of the huge benefits of this. And because it's quite small and compact as well, you can literally just pack it up into the small compartments here and just hide it away. So it's quite simple and easy to pack away and put. It's not a huge bulky device. I think overall score I'm going to give it is a 5 out of 10, mainly because of the fact that it's getting quite warm and it's a little bit laggy, the internet's a little bit slow, and it is quite long first setting up because you need to sign into everything and then update all the apps. It would be nice if it just came straight updated out of the box. But build quality wise, it's quite nice. I like the carbon design, it does look good. It is small and compact, and it does do what it's meant to do straight out of the box. So if you're interested in purchasing this, link to buy will be down in the description. As always, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.